Yo guys, what's going on? So if you guys haven't noticed already, this is part 2 of a 2-part series, how to play CSGO, the basics of CSGO, what you need to know to start playing, and also how to get good. And that is this video. This is going to be part 2 of that 2-part series. If you didn't see the first video, there'll be a link in the description, but if you're coming from that first video, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are subscribed with notifications on. Quick plug. Now before this video starts, I do want to say a couple things here in the beginning so you guys understand what's going to be happening. Again, all timestamps are going to be down in the description below, so if you guys are looking for a specific thing, the timestamps are going to be down there. You can click on them and it'll take you to that exact spot in the video, just so you guys know what's happening in this video and what I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. Basically, we're going to be going over how to play CSGO in game. I'm going to be using the map Dust 2 as an example, and I'm going to show you guys all the basics you need to know in game, how to play, where the buy menus are, stuff like that, but also how to aim properly and a little bit more advanced items like that. And again, all the timestamps for this stuff is going to be in the description below, so if you guys want to see a specific thing, go ahead and click on that timestamp and it'll take you right to it in the video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into a offline Dust 2 match. Alright, so again, I'm going to be showcasing you guys Dust 2 first, and we're going to go over all the things you need to know so that you guys can go ahead and jump into a game for yourself and play with confidence. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys how maps work in general. Now, Dust 2 is like any other defusal map. Again, the defusal maps are where the counter-terrorists are trying to defuse the bomb that the terrorists plant. Now, all the defusal maps are the same. Now, we're starting off in the CT spawn, CT or counter-terrorist spawn. This is where everyone's going to be spawning in on the counter-terrorist team. And basically from here, you have your two bomb sites. Bomb site B is over there, and bomb site A is over there. Every single defusal map is going to have two bomb sites. Again, bomb site B for this map is over here and bomb site A is over there. These are the two bomb sites where you can plant bombs, and I'm going to go over to A, for example, and show you guys what I mean. So you can see that within this square right here, you can plant a bomb. If you're on the terrorist side, your goal is to plant the bomb here. What the counter-terrorists are going to do is they're going to try to eliminate as many terrorist players as they can and come up here and defuse the bomb to win the game. If you're playing terrorist side or T side, this is going to be your spawn point right here. This little back alleyway is going to be your spawn right here. Again, B site, as you can see over here on the wall, B site is going to be over there. You can run through the tunnels that are down over here, as you guys can see. And then A site is going to be over here. And to get to A site, you'd be going through the long doors over here. Again, if you're on T side, your goal is going to be pick the best way to take the bomb and plant it on the site, which is up here, and successfully defend it from the counter-terrorists. All right, so now that you guys know where counter-terrorists spawn in and where terrorists spawn in, and that we've also gone over the basics of the game, now you have to worry about the rest of the map, because yes, there is more of the map, but also callouts. Callouts are very important to be able to tell your team where enemy players might be, or where you've seen enemy players, or where you might have gotten killed. Now, again, we are playing the map Dust 2. In Dust 2, I highly recommend playing this map when you're first starting off. It is a great beginner map, and I'm going to be showing you guys all of the locations and callouts for this map. Now, keep in mind, I am on an offline server. There is no one else here, so I have cheats enabled, and I am able to fly around. So as you guys have already seen, this is a bomb site right here. A bomb site is super close to the counter-terrorist spawn, which is right in there. Now, there's different ways terrorists, for example, can get to a site. You can come up cat, which would be over here, which connects to mid, which we'll see in a second, or you can come from long. This area is long over here. If you're coming from long, you're going to come through the long doors over here from your spawn. So basically like this, you come through the doors, you come around here, and you come up here and plant the bomb. Now, if you're in T-spawn, you're coming to A site from cat, there's two ways you can go. You can go down here through mid, or you can wrap around by long. I'm going to go down here through mid so you guys can see, and you basically come down here, or if you're coming from long, you come through this way, and you're going to come down mid on catwalk, which is this area right here. You're going to come up here, kind of wrap around, and come up to these stairs here, which is kind of like upper catwalk, and then you guys can see it connects directly on to A site. If you're playing on counter-terrorist side or CT, again, this is your spawn, and you're basically going to come up directly from your spawn up here onto the site. And when you're defending from the terrorists who are coming from possibly multiple different ways, there are multiple different good spots you can stand to be ready to defend. One would be on site here, where you can watch cat from over there. Another good spot would be barrels over here, so you can watch long. Barrels isn't the safest spot, but it can be played. A very nice safe spot to watch long front would be from car. You can sit behind car right here, and there's just enough room to peek up or lean to one of the sides where you can see players coming from long. That basically is a very simple explanation on how to play A site. Now let's go to B. So again, starting from CT spawn this time, if you're gonna go to B, you're literally just gonna walk up here. This is bomb site B. Let me get up here, and you guys can see the bomb area to plant is right here. And this is where you're going to be defending from. And there's a lot more spots to defend on this map. Again, counter terrorists are going to come up here and come through the door here, B door, which is right here, or window, B window, which is right here. If you're playing terrorist side or T side, you're going to basically be coming through your spawn, jumping over this ledge, and coming in here to upper tons. Upper tons is this whole area right here, and this connects to B bomb site. Again, if you're playing terrorist side, you're going to be coming out of here, and you have to be very careful about this because counter-terrorist players can be watching you from behind this box by a car over there, on top of this little box, on top of this double stacked box right here, or even from over here or behind. There's a lot of places where you can be watched from, so you have to check all these angles as you walk out if you're not using smokes or mollies or something to prevent CT players from standing in any one of these angles. Terrorists, if the bomb site is clear, are going to come out and plant the bomb over here and hide in one of these spots that I was just mentioning to defend the defusal from the counter terrorists. Now this is just the bomb sites though. This is bomb site B and again bomb site A, which is over here. Now I didn't showcase middle. Basically there is a middle spot on this map. As you can see, it is all this spot right here, and it connects the terrorist spawn directly to the counter terrorist spawn, which is down in here. Now, one cool thing about mid is if you're standing over here on CT side, you can see directly through the doors to where the T's spawn. This is a great place to stand if you have an op or a scout to be able to shoot players this way. A lot of you guys are not going to understand what I mean by op and scout, but I'm going to show you guys this in a little bit, and they are the two sniper rifles in the game. Same thing from T spawn. If you are at T spawn, you can try to shoot at CT players jumping across to try to go to B site, which is over there as you saw. Pretty simple. Basically, there's just 3 spots you're going to worry about on the map. Counter-terrorist players are going to have to worry about defending mid, defending B, and defending A, which is over there. And terrorist players are going to be trying to either come through mid to go to one of the 2 sites, or they're going to be trying to go directly to B or directly to A. Pretty simple. It's very easy to get down. It takes a little while to understand it, but it's pretty simple and pretty general once you get playing the game for a little while. Now that you guys know how the map works and where some good places are to stand and defend the sites or where to attack from, I'm going to show you guys the weapons in the game. As you guys have seen before, all of the weapons are showcased here in your inventory. Again, I have skins, but if you come all the way down, you can see all the basic weapons in the game. And as you can see, there's actually quite a good amount of them here, but these are all the basic weapons in the game. Going back to in-game, you can see if you hit the B key on your keyboard, it's going to bring up your buy menu. You'll have equipment, grenades, pistols, heavy, SMGs, and rifles. Rifles are the most powerful guns in the game. SMGs are like pistols, but shoot a lot faster. Heavy is more like shotguns and machine guns, and pistol is just pistols. Here's also where you buy grenades and equipment. Equipment is a little bit more detailed specifically for competitive matches. Now showcasing the weapons, pistols, you basically have your USPS, which you do spawn with, dual Berettas, P250, the 5.7, or the CZ. You can switch those 2 weapons out, and the Desert Eagle. Now, I'm not going to explain all of these weapons in depth, but if you do want to see something explaining all the weapons in depth and what exactly each one does and what is best used for, do look that up on YouTube. I don't have a video about that yet, but I should make something like that soon. In heavy, like I said, you have shotguns, which are these 3, and the 2 machine guns in game. SMGs, you have a series of different SMGs you can basically use. It stands for submachine gun. They're like pistols, but shoot a lot faster and do a lot more damage if you can get your spray control correct. In rifles, you have the most powerful guns in the game. The FAMAS is probably the most underpowered rifle, but the M4A4 or the M4A1S, depending on what you have equipped, is the most powerful rifle for CT side. Again, the SSG-08 or the Scout is a sniper rifle that does 2 shots to kill, and the AWP is the other sniper rifle which does 1 shot to kill. The AUG is a scoped weapon. It's basically a scoped M4. And the SCAR, a very disliked gun in the game, also called the Auto, is a sniper rifle that can shoot a lot faster than the normal bolt action sniper rifle. Again, the AWP and the Scout are both bolt action. Now, as you guys know, you have the counter-terrorist side and you have the T side. The weapons for counter-terrorists do differ a little bit from T side, so I'm gonna go show you guys now what the T side weapons are. For T side, most of the weapons are all exactly the same, except you spawn with a Glock 18 instead of the USPS. You also have access to the Tech 9, which can also be switched out for the CZ. The heavy weapons are all the same except for the sawed off. You get a different shotgun. This cannot be changed, but you do have access to a different shotgun. SMGs, again, are all the same except you have access to the Mag 10, which you don't have access to on CT side. Rifles are all the same except your auto looks a little bit different. It works the same, looks a little bit different. Besides the different looking auto here, you also have a different looking scoped rifle, the SG553. But the big difference is the AK-47. Instead of the M4A1S or the M4A4, you have the AK-47. The AK-47 is my favorite gun in the game, and it's super powerful, but that also makes it really hard to use. The spray control needed for it is a bit different than some other weapons, which I will show here in a little bit. The last different weapon is the Galil AR. Not very good, just like the FAMAS, it's an underpowered rifle, but it is good to use if you don't have much money in game. But basically, those are all the weapons in game. Those are all the weapons you have access to for both sides, and now let's move on. Alright, so now that you guys know the buy menus and the different weapons you can buy for both sides of the game, now we have to worry about spray control. When you're shooting a weapon, if you hold down, you'll notice that the spray goes completely wild. You'll notice that the first 2 bullets are about accurate and the rest of them went all over the side of this building, mainly upwards. When you're spraying in CSGO, you have to make sure you pull down so your spray becomes more accurate. And again, you'll have to mess around with this a little bit and see what works best for your sensitivity. But for me, if I want to keep my spray accurate, all I do is pull down while I'm shooting. As you can see, I pulled down there a little bit and all of my bullets stayed about right here. Now, one really important thing to notice is if you have an enemy that's way by long doors over there, you're not going to want to spray them. It's going to be super inaccurate. You're going to want to just tap like this. If you tap like that, you're going to be a lot more accurate. You'll notice that tapping, the bullets go most of the time in the same direction and don't go crazy. But if you spray, even by pulling down, you'll notice that they go all over this general direction. It is super important that you know your spray patterns and that you practice these so that when you go and play competitive matches, you know exactly where your sprays are going to go. Now, the AK-47 is a bit of a wild weapon. The spray on this weapon is the hardest to control out of all weapons in game. You guys will notice that when you're on CT side playing with the M4A1S or the M4A4, sprays are going to be a lot easier to control than this gun right here. Also, keep in mind that every single gun in this game has a spray pattern for it. Everything but pistols and sniper rifles are automatic in this game. So if you hold down your left mouse key or whatever mouse you have or whatever key you have that you shoot with, you're going to notice that the weapon is just going to keep firing over and over until it runs out of ammo. All weapons that do this have a spray pattern, and it's very important to know what these spray patterns are. Most weapons, it's very minor, and just pulling down a little bit, maybe to one side or the other, will help bring that spray down a lot and make it a lot more accurate. Again, all weapons have a different spray pattern, so you guys will end up learning this as you play around with each weapon and your favorite weapons throughout your time playing CSGO. But where you have weapons that are not automatic, like pistols and sniper rifles, you do have to worry about clicking a little bit more slowly and not moving when you're shooting. Another thing that can affect how accurate you are is if you're moving while shooting. As you guys can see, if I'm walking forward and tapping, even at close range, my taps are going crazy like this, where my taps should be going like this. A lot more accurate all in this one spot. Again, walking sideways makes it a lot more accurate, and even crouch walking will make it a little less accurate. It's a lot more accurate than normal walking, but crouch walking helps a little bit. When you guys are shooting, for example, if there's a player watching from boxes over here, watching players coming up on cat, if you guys want to get that player, you should walk out, stop moving, tap, and then continue moving. That will make your spray or your taps a lot more accurate. That's kind of a more advanced quick tip for just how to get your spray a little bit more smooth. Again, you guys are going to realize this as you start playing the game more often. You guys are going to start to figure this out for yourself, but you do need to keep that in mind. Alright, now that you guys know how to play CSGO, some of the map callouts specifically for Dust 2, how the maps work, now you need to know how to effectively eliminate your opponents. Like I was showing you guys, spray patterns and spray control do matter, so you can't just walk around shooting with your crosshair in a general direction expecting your shots to hit. You have to be very specific on how you move and where you put your crosshair in order to kill players. Now, I've just spawned in some bots, and as you guys can see, if I'm running and shooting, I'm not hitting the bots. I actually hit that guy once, but that was it. Versus if I stop moving and tap him with my crosshair on his head, it's an instant kill. Now again, the AK is one of the most powerful weapons in the game, so a one shot to the head will always kill. But if you're shooting at the body and you're hitting the body, it's about 3 shots in the body to kill. Just so you guys know, one shot to the head will most likely kill the player always. With some weapons, you're going to need 2 to 3 shots to the head if the opponent has armor, but a couple shots to the body, 3 to 4 will always kill it with most of the rifles. Looking at the AK specifically, will always be 1 shot to the head, 3 shots to the body, but if you're shooting at the foot or the legs where you can do the least amount of damage, you can see it took 4 right there to kill that bot. Now, like I was saying, crosshair placement is very important. If you're walking around like this and you see a player, whipping your crosshair to his head is going to be a lot harder than if you were just to walk down cat like this, ready for a bot to be down there, or ready for a player to be down there. So it's very important that you know how tall the player models are and where to expect them to be. Again, coming through mid doors is very common, so you guys should know that a player is about this height. it's about your same height. So looking straight forward without looking up or down significantly is where a player is going to be. And if you aim in this general direction, again, even if it's a little bit above or a little bit below, it's going to be a lot easier than if you're walking around like this with your crosshair aimed at the floor. So again, if I'm pre-aiming right and I'm expecting this guy to be here, boom, I can kill him without looking at the ground kind of like this and being like, oh, he's there, and then spraying and not hitting anything. It's very important to know that in this game. CSGO is not like most games where you can shoot in the general direction and not have to worry about it, because if I just start holding down and spraying, not often does it work like that where you can kill a player, especially if you're moving. So to be honest, crosshair placement is probably the most complicated topic because it's going to take a lot of time to get used to and to know where to place your crosshair effectively. It's also going to take a lot of time to get used to know your maps well. Again, aim is a big deal, but crosshair placement is even more. If you're aiming over here and you see a player down there, whipping to their head is going to be a lot harder to... I just actually killed that. What the hell? Whipping to a player's head like that is going to be a lot harder than what I just did right there. I actually kind of got lucky with that shot. Again, if you're moving and trying to shoot a player, most of the time it is not going to be effective at all. You need to make sure you at least come off your keys for a few seconds to shoot. It could be something as simple as just briefly coming off your keys, kind of like I'm moving right here. So then you see a player, you're coming in, boom. He's dead again. I see another player. Boom, I hit him. Easy as that. And to be honest, that is pretty much it. That is what you need to know to play CSGO. In this two-part series, we went through what the home menu does, what everything does, how CSGO works, what the different game modes are, the different maps, how the different maps work, the general idea to play CSGO, the different weapons in the game, but also how to play the actual game effectively. And while a lot of you guys might know some of this, most of you guys are probably not, and you need to make sure you guys are always considering this while you're playing the game. You need to make sure you're always considering your aim, your sprays, your movement. Those are some of the most important things players are always considering. Even pro players up in the top leagues of CSGO are always considering those three things. Now, before I end out the video, I do want to show you guys one thing, which is the coolest part about CSGO, and you guys actually may have noticed them throughout the time I've been making these two videos, or even in some of my other videos, and that is my skins. You can have special skins in this game worth real life money value that will most of the time keep that money value. And again, if we look at my inventory here, you guys are going to see I have all sorts of cool skins, especially weapon skins, and even some pretty expensive skins. And if you guys don't know this, like I was saying, you can have skins for each individual weapon, and there are many skins out for each individual weapon in the game. The AK-47, again, one of the most powerful rifles in the game, has a ton of different skins you can pick from for it, ranging from prices from probably about 5 cents all the way up to a couple $1,000s. And yes, I'm not kidding. There are skins that cost in real life money a couple $1,000s, and people will pay that money for them. Just to give a good example, CSGO knives, this is a CSGO knife right here. This knife costs about $135 real life money value. I'm not even kidding. I paid actually a little bit cheaper for that knife. I got that knife for a good value, but people will pay for that knife for that $135 to $150 price tag. And even some knives that are worth $50,000, $60,000, even upwards of $100,000 because of how rare they are worth that much money. And while skins are a whole nother video topic to get into, it's another super cool feature unique to only CSGO, where you can buy skins for thousands of dollars or a couple of cents, sell them for that price, get that money back, where most games you buy the skins and you never get the money back ever again, but also you have the chance to make money off of it. You can see I've got some other sticker skins and player skins down here, hoping that eventually those will go up in price. And again, another kind of complicated topic. There are more investments. More videos of that will be coming soon, but it's just something I had to put into this video series so that you guys know about it. It's another super cool reason why I play CSGO, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But basically, guys, that's gonna wrap up this two-part series. Hopefully I was clear enough to help you guys figure out how to play this game. If you guys do have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll be happy to help you guys out. Same thing with my Discord server, link in the description. If you guys want to go hit me up there, maybe join the server, chat for a little while, or even DM me with some more questions, feel free to do that also. And yeah, hopefully you guys know how to play CSGO. Hopefully you guys can go into CSGO feeling a little bit more confident that you'll be able to play good. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.